Hello and welcome to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Drayton Park Golf Club. I'm out on a beautiful summer's morning, and what I'm going to be filming a video on today is how to gain distance with your driver. This video is really aimed for those struggling with distance off the tee. I've got 3 great ways that you can increase your shoulder turn, increase your hip turn, and more importantly, increase your club head speed. If this is something you need, stay tuned to find out more. Right then guys, so we're going to delve straight into the 3 ways you can hit the ball longer. So as I mentioned in the intro, this is a great video for anyone struggling with distance, any senior golfers, maybe some slower swinger golfers at the club, anyone struggling with injury at all. This is going to be a fantastic video for you to create some more yards. So I'm going to be talking about a driver, but you could apply this to quite a few different clubs as well. I've just left an alignment stick on the floor in front of me, just representing my target line here. This isn't necessarily a hole I would actually hit driver on, but that's what I'm going to be showing today. So point number 1, how we can generate more speed, more distance if we are a shorter hitter. So what I want you to work on is allowing that lead heel to rise on the backswing. Okay, what that's going to allow is more hip rotation, more shoulder rotation, a longer swing, and therefore more momentum. The other thing lifting this lead heel does, it allows me to apply the pressure to my trail foot on the backswing. So as I start the downswing, I can replant that lead heel to really allow my shift of pressure to go from my trail foot to my lead leg. So it works very well for 2 parts, this number 1 point. So lifting this lead heel allows more hip rotation, more shoulder rotation, and a longer swing. It also allows me to apply pressure to my trail foot, so I can start to apply pressure more to my lead foot. So that's part 1 that we can do. And you may find you only want to do 1 of these things or 2 of these things, or maybe all 3. So try them, give them a go on a practice area, see how they work for you if distance is something you're really needing, especially off the tee. The second part you're going to be doing to try and increase rotation as well, similar to part 1, is you're going to start with a slightly closed stance. So I'd set up for straight, so my body line, feet, knees, hips, shoulders, forearms is parallel left of my target line for a right-handed golfer. But what I'm going to do is then drop back my trail foot slightly to close my stance. So my body alignment now, my feet, knees, hips, shoulders and forearms is actually slightly to the right. It's going to have 2 effects. By bringing this foot back, it's going to allow me to actually rotate my hips more on the backswing, but it's also going to help produce more of an in to outswing path. So I'd hope to hit more of a draw shape from here, which is definitely going to help me increase my distance. Now, I'm not going to stop at just withdrawing this foot. If you are a player who struggles with a lack of turn, a short swing, and that's why you're losing distance, I would also, as well as dropping this trail foot back, I would just flare that trail foot out slightly. Again, what it's going to allow is more hip rotation on the backswing, therefore allowing my shoulders to turn more, and we're going to see a longer, more coiled backswing position here where we've created more turn. This isn't for everybody. If you're already able to make a full swing, make a good shoulder turn, then actually allowing hips to turn more isn't really going to help you. But this is really aimed, as I said, for someone with a lack of distance, and this point in particular, someone with a very short backswing. So point number 2 was drop that trail foot backwards, so your body line, including your shoulders, is pointing a little bit more to the right to encourage more of a draw shape. Flare that trail foot out, and those 2 points are really going to help me increase my hip rotation, my thoracic rotation on the backswing, very similar to point 1 that we were trying to do by allowing that lead heel to rise. The very final thing we're going to be talking about is the shoulders at setup. And this is what I would encourage actually any golfer to do, especially when they're trying to hit a higher draw shot as well. But I would tilt so your trail shoulder is lower than your lead shoulder by a good 20 degrees. That sets your sternum behind the golf ball and encourages more of an upward angle of attack. Golfers will definitely hit the ball further by striking more upwards. There are plenty of tour players not doing that, but they're hitting the ball long enough, they're kind of hitting down and trying to hit perhaps more of a fade shape of shot. So let's quickly recap those three things, those 3 points. I know there's a couple of bits to it. So let me get in my normal driver setup, so the ball nearing my lead heel. The first thing we're going to do at setup is we're going to withdraw our trail foot. So my body line is pointing more to the right side closed. I'm also going to flare this trail foot out more to help me to turn. The other setup point was tilt more behind the golf ball, so my sternum is behind the golf ball. In the swing itself, we were talking about, and this was point number 1, so slightly the wrong way around, allowing that lead heel to rise on the backswing. That's going to allow me to shift pressure, which is very different to shifting weight that I see a lot of golfers do. I see a lot of senior golfers starting very straight as they swing back, swaying off the ball. I'd much prefer to see that lead heel rising. Even if we are gaining a little bit of height, when we replant that foot, you can see I'm losing that little bit of height. Let's go ahead. I'm going to try and hit a couple of shots here. So I've already got my setup position with those 3 points. Tilt behind the golf ball, and I'm just going to allow my lead heel to rise on the backswing to try and increase my shoulder turn and hip turn. Good contact, good strike, a little bit too much draw shape, but I was expecting to hit more of a draw, more of a right to left movement for me as a right-handed golfer, which is going to help me increase my distance. Let's do one more of those. Pull my trail foot back, flare my toe out, tilt behind the golf ball, and allow my lead heel to rise on the backswing. Good contact, good strike. Didn't draw back that one, just more of a push shape, just missing the green to the right-hand side. So I hope you enjoyed the content of that video. Please give us a thumbs up if you did. Post some comments and questions below to let me know how you got on. Share this with other golfers that are struggling with distance, that you know could do with those extra few yards, struggling with the amount of shoulder turn or hip rotation. Make sure you check out the TruGolf Academy every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5:30 for all the other content. Thanks guys, we'll see you soon.